Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is NefandEli and you can find my information in the description box below. In this video, I'm going to talk about what it means to live a spirit-led life. And this information is based on my experience, my perspective, and some channeled messages I got from Spirit. So let's get into it. When you live a spirit-led life, it means that you are in recognition of the connection that you have with God or your higher power, whatever you want to call that source. Religion helps you establish the connection. Religion is how we acquire spiritual knowledge and connect to others that may be on our spiritual path. But religion in and of itself is not the connection that you have to God. It's a pathway. It's a means. When you're living a spirit-led life, you're tapped in so much that spirit dictates your movement, choices, and decisions on all levels. A spiritual life is a life of surrender in action. So it's not weakness at all. When you live a spiritually led life, you will go through some trials and tribulations, which in general is part of the human experience. But when you're on a spiritual journey, that seems to ramp up because this is how you learn the most valuable and concrete lessons. It's in those dark times. It's in those dark nights of the soul. It's in that darkness when we learn to surrender control. It's in the dark night of the soul when a lot of tears are shed, there's a lot of emotional purging going on, but this is necessary so that you can have room for the spiritual downloads, for the upgrades. Your thoughts, your ideas, and inspiration will be more based on your spiritual guidance than your ego when you live a spiritually led life. When you truly understand that you're a spiritual being having a human experience, then you must be what you can be in this world. There's going to be an unyielding desire and urge to figure out why you're here. Okay, what is my purpose? What is my mission? And I love Steve Harvey's quote, "There is not a soul on this planet without a gift." Okay? When you go against your spiritual guidance, you regret it. There's going to be this sense of dread, a feeling like you're going against the grain. And this happens as you get more and more tapped in and tuned in. So in order to live a really spiritually led life, you must carve out a section of your day for devotion. This is non-negotiable. This can be in the morning, at night, or at morning and at night. Okay? When you're spiritually misaligned, nothing in your life is working. So that's an indicator, right? Nothing is working as it should. Everything is off. Everything is kind of confusing. You feel like you're in a mental fog. And this will happen as you continue on your spiritual journey and you are at one point consistent with your devotion time, and then you kind of fall off. You'll notice a huge distinction, right, in the way that you carry yourself, in how you are showing up in the world. You'll notice a difference in your energy levels for sure. Worry and anxiety will take over, and this will create more and more resistance, which will keep you in a karmic loop until you are willing to get back to the action steps required for devotion, right, which is the foundation of a spiritual life. And like I mentioned, challenges and problems are a part of the human experience. But when you can see things from a higher perspective, from a spiritual perspective, and especially in hindsight, problems or challenges are seen as things that helped you to elevate. You'll know that all things work together for your highest good and that you are never, ever stuck. When you live a spiritually led life, you can trust God fully, even when you're scared or uncertain, right? Which happens a lot on a spiritual journey. And it's easier to forgive yourself when you're living a spiritually led life because you're so tapped in and you know that you are loved unconditionally. When you live a spiritually led life, you have regular communion with God through prayer and meditation. I've said this several times already. Also, when you're living a spiritually led life, it's easy to cut people off and let things go that no longer serve you because you understand the impermanence of everything. You understand that some people, places, and things are in your life for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. When you live a spiritually led life, you honor and respect yourself. You're most likely not having casual sex or abusing hard drugs or doing anything that could potentially compromise your connection. When you don't live a spiritually led life, then other people, other places, and things will become your God. And in pretty much all religions, it says in one way or another that God is a jealous God, okay? And this happens, right? This release of control happens so subtly that you don't even realize how much power you've given away to that person, place, or thing until Spirit removes it from your life so that you can see what's up. And this is usually a very painful experience. A spiritually led life, you will trigger and anger others that are not willing to establish this connection for themselves. And this is just a part of the process, right? When you're living a spiritually led life, it goes without saying that you should be trying to be a positive example to other people, and how they feel about that is none of your business. But these people are angry because God said, whosoever will. So they can do the same thing that you're doing, okay? But they choose to be mad at you for doing it instead. So make that make sense. But in conclusion, I wanted to talk to you about dhyana, which is one of the 8 limbs of yoga of Patanjali. And what dhyana means is basically finding union, becoming one with God, and realizing that you are not separate from God. It's a state of being and knowing that you are not anything external to you, that these are just projections of you. And I'd like to end with a quote from ohanayoga.com. They say that dhyana is the experience of opening consciousness and therefore opening yourself to the most subtle experiences of life, something greater. This philosophy assumes that whatever we choose to devote our full attention to, we become. So the logic follows. If we meditate on kindness, we become kind. If we focus on love, we become love. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.